Frankfurt, West Germany, 1988. At a military barracks compound, the guardhouse cuts through the summer night with harsh, pooling fluorescent light. It's an illumination that stops abruptly at the pavement edge, swallowing the perimeter in deep shadow and ruining the night vision of anyone standing watch. This was a time when the Cold War still cast a long physical shadow, and the Red Army faction was an active, volatile presence across the country. The psychological pressure of potential attack was constant. Alan is a young soldier pulling guard duty tonight while the rest of his unit sleeps. His training has conditioned him for a world where unidentified stimuli demand an immediate response. Then the silence breaks. Tink, tink, tink. The rhythmic metallic sound drifts from a bicycle rack 40 or 50 feet away in the darkness. When you operate in an environment where lethal danger is a real possibility, nuance evaporates. The brain prepares for a strike before it fully understands the target. Out by the racks, a figure stands straight and tall in the shadows. He's looking directly at Alan, waiting. Alan's mind cycles through the most catastrophic variables. Terrorist, planted device, someone waiting for him to move. Instinct takes over. His hand drops straight down toward the M16 magazine strapped to his heavy utility belt. But his fingers hit resistance. The ammunition is locked inside triple-sealed plastic. He knows instantly he cannot tear through it in time to chamber a round. When standard operating procedures hit friction in a high-stress moment, a dangerous gap opens. That is the point where pure, reactive instinct often overrides judgment. In that gap, an old piece of tactical wisdom surfaces. A lesson from someone who knew exactly what bullets do. Always identify your backstop. Look at where your round will go if you miss. Alan looks past his target, straight into the darkness across a 2-lane street. Sitting there quietly is a German senior care facility, its windows warm and lit from within, right in his line of fire. He makes the decision before fully knowing he's made it. No shot. His hand leaves the ammunition and deliberately moves to the rifle stock instead. The disciplined use of the rulebook, specifically the constraint on violence, preserves the fragile backstop of the reality Alan is actually there to protect. The figure checks the perimeter, looks back at Alan, and then launches over the 8-foot chain-link fence in one fluid, gazelle-like motion. He vanishes into the night on a waiting bicycle. Alan runs. He hits the back gate, sweeps the area, and returns to the bicycle racks. His adrenaline is still spiking as he searches the ground for wires or a hidden briefcase. He finds absolutely nothing but a scratched lock ring hanging around an empty bicycle post. The terror evaporates into absurdity. The maximum threat that nearly ended in gunfire was merely a local teenager stealing a bike he didn't own. Confronting a true life-or-death decision reveals the frequency with which our daily panics are simple category errors. The next morning arrives with the sound of chainsaws. The trees surrounding the barracks, the ones blocking the guardhouse lights, are coming down. Exhausted from his shift, Alan realizes his report triggered a correction. The command structure addressed the tactical vulnerability without anyone drawing a sword. Success followed a report that allowed the system to fix the flaw, resolving the threat before another night watch encounter could force a choice between pulling a trigger or losing a bicycle. Years later, the high-stakes perimeter in Frankfurt is swapped for a desk in an American office. Alan sits on a call, listening silently as a hiring manager's voice climbs toward panic because a CEO is yelling in a meeting. Alan's memory returns to the bike rack in the care facility. He realizes that this corporate emergency is an illusion of danger. Compared to the guard duty, I really hadn't thought that people in charge yelling at me was any big deal. I encourage veterans to find other vets at companies they want to work for. Once they connect on a level of deep understanding, there is no need to explain what is already understood.